Hi guys, this is part 1 of our lesson on quadratics. A big old review of quadratics. We'll call it test A. Alright, problem number 1. We're supposed to decide which number makes this equation true. This one's pretty easy because this number times this number have got to give us this number. So 8 times what makes 16? Yeah, 8 times 2 makes 16. So that has to be a 2. So the answer is A. Alright, that was insulting to our intelligence. Number 2, what is the solution of x squared plus 6x equals negative 5? Well, we need to add 5 to both sides, to get 0 on one side. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So that's going to give me x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. And we're going to factor. So that's going to give me x squared can only be x times x. 5 has to be 5 times 1. And you know that inner plus outer has to equal the middle. Inner, I've got 5x, and outer I've got 1x. Can I get 6x out of this if I choose the signs properly? Sure, if I go positive with it, that'll give me 6x. Alright, will that give me a positive 5 constant? Sure, positive times positive is positive. So, we're looking for solutions though. So to find the actual solutions, we need to take these two factors and set them equal to 0. So x plus 5 equals 0 and x plus 1 equals 0. Subtracting 5 from both sides gives us x equals negative 5. And subtracting 1 from both sides gives us x equals negative 1. So these are the two solutions we have, negative 5 and negative 1. Right there, and option G, I see the negative 1. Alright, and I don't see the negative 5 anywhere, so that's it, G. Always use capital letters when you do a multiple choice test. Alright, number 3, what is the factored form of this? Well, let's get to factoring. Trinomial, so let's go binomial. X squared can only be factored as x times x. 12, on the other hand, has a few options. Maybe it's going to be, let's see, maybe it'll be 3 times 4, or maybe it'll be 2 times 6, or maybe it will be 1 times 12. Because the leading coefficient is 1, we can immediately start to look for the middle of negative 7. 3 plus 4 is 7, so that's looking good. 3, 4. Inner plus outer equals middle. Inner, I have 3x. Outer, I have 4x. If I want a negative 7, I would need both of these to be negative. That means both of these would have to be negative. Would that give me a positive 12? Yes, a negative times a negative is a positive. So this is the factorization. It's not A, it's not B, it's not C. Oh, look, it's D. X minus 4, x minus 3. The order doesn't matter. So D is the answer. D. Okay, how about number 4? What is the factored form of this? Well, my friend, what is the first step of factoring? GCF. All of these are divisible by 4, so there's a common factor of 4. So let's bring that out. Bringing out the 4. Now, to imagine what goes on the inside, please understand that we are dividing everything by 4, yes? So divide by 4, divide by 4. That is going to give me 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. Okay, so now we need to factor this trinomial down. Okay, of course we will bring down the GCF of 4. Okay, 4x squared. That might factor as 2x times 2x. If this doesn't work out, we'll try 4x and x. 3 only factors one way. It can only be 1 times 3. So inner plus outer equals middle, people. Inner, I have 6x. Outer, I have 2x. I'm trying to get a middle of negative 4x. Can I get a negative 4? Can a brother get a negative 4 if I pick the signs right? Sure, if the 6 is negative and the 2 is positive, that makes negative 4. So to make negative 6, this would be negative. To make the positive 2, this would have to be positive. Am I getting the negative 3 I need? Yes, a negative times a positive is a negative. So this is the factorization. So let's see, what do we have? Okay, that's I. Yeah, it's clearly I. So I is the answer. Okay, number 5. Oh, rectangular pool. See it coming. Crazy talk. Okay, the area of a rectangular swimming pool is this. The length of the pool is this. What is the width? Okay, well, it's number 5, by the way. We're talking about a rectangular pool. So, yeah, there's a rectangle for you. Well, you know what? We don't need a picture in this case. Never mind picture. What we need is some knowledge about the area of a rectangle. And what we know is the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times the width. That's what we know about the area of a rectangle. I'm hoping that you knew that already. If you didn't, sorry. So the area is this thing. So I'm going to put that in the area spot. 10x squared minus 19x. What was it, minus 15? So it was. They also gave us that the length is 5x plus 3. So the length is 5x plus 3. Alright, what is the width of the pool? Alright, I'm hoping you can see this is just a factoring job. Alright, if we take this and factor it, then we will have the width will be right here. But this is easier than a straight factoring job because the half of the factoring has already been done for us. So let me switch colors. So 5x times what will give us 10x squared? So this has to be 2x. There's no guessing about it. That's the only way to get 10x squared. We have a positive 3. Alright, we need to multiply it by something and get negative 15. Okay, so it has to be negative 5. Alright, that's the only way. Just for fun, we can check the inner, outer, middle, but we already know that this has to be the answer. Now, the inner plus the outer has to equal the middle. Alright, this is the middle. Inner, I have 6x. Outer, I have, and specifically it's positive 6x. Outer, I have negative 25x. Guess what? Positive 6x and negative 25x makes negative 19x. And positive 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. So this is the correct factorization, which makes this pink stuff the width. So the width is 2x minus 5, which is B. Okay, what about number 6? What is the factored form of this? I'm scanning to see if I see any GCF. I don't see one. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to factor it. It helps that I have these answers here. Okay, I'm looking at the options. So that makes it a little bit easier because it's multiple choice. Nevertheless, 49x squared can only be 7x times 7x. Well, technically, I guess it could have been 49 and 1, but none of these options have a 49 in it, so there you go. 16. It could be 4 times 4, alright? Most of these options have 4s in them. That just is plain wrong. So, 4s. 4 and 4, that's the only thing that makes any sense. Looking at the options here. So we need the middle to be negative 56. So let's mess around with the signs now. So inner plus outer must equal the middle, and the middle is negative 56. So inner, I have 28x. Whoa, I forgot the 8. Let me try again. I said inner, I have 28x. Outer, I have another 28x. Now I'm trying to get negative 56. Guess what? 28 plus 28 is 56. But I need negative 56, so I'll need a negative 28 and another negative 28 to make negative 56. So that means both of these will have to be negative, which will give me a positive 16, by the way, because a negative times a negative is a positive. So 7x minus 4 times 7x minus 4. Okay, I'm seeing that right here in option F, because 7x minus 4 times 7x minus 4 could be written as 7x minus 4 squared, since it's the same thing twice. Okay, so the answer is F. Alright, number 7. Which function is the correct vertex form of this? Okay, so let's rewrite this in vertex form. Seems like the thing to do. So what we have here is, well, when you do your vertex form, let me just recopy. So we have y equals x squared minus 6x plus 11. To build vertex form, you complete the square. And that's the thing. When I say complete the square, I'm talking about half the middle, squared, and all that. So this 11 has to go. I need to move it to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. Get it out of the way. So that's going to give me y minus 11 is equal to x squared minus 6x. Okay, now is when we do the whole half the middle squared thing. So half of this is 3, and 3 squared is 9. Okay, so half the middle squared, so that's 9. So I'm going to put a plus 9 right here. Half of this is 3, square it, you get 9. Half the middle squared. A common mistake is to just do that and keep going, forgetting that we need to balance it out by doing the same thing on the left. Alright, so when you do your half the middle squared, that's called completing the square. But when you complete the square, you need to balance that out by adding the same number on the other side of the equation. So negative 11 plus 9, that's 2. So that gives me y minus 2 equals. Now this is going to factor as the same thing twice, don't you know? Alright, that's the point of picking this special number. So this is going to be x minus 3 times x minus 3. Alright, 9 has to be 3 times 3. We knew it would be negative because the middle is negative. Inner is negative 3, outer is negative 3. Together that makes negative 6. So the beauty of having the same thing twice is we can write it as x minus 3 squared. And that's how vertex form looks with parentheses squared, so we needed that. Now to finish it off, we need y by itself, so we will go ahead and add 2 to both sides. Okay, that way these will cancel out. So we will have y equals x minus 3 squared plus 2. This is vertex form. Okay, it's not that. X minus 3 squared plus 2. It's B. There it is. Ta-da! Okay, that is enough for one video. Alright, this is about 15 minutes long or so. We will pick up from here with number 8. More fun on the next video. I'll see you then.